My name's Emily Christopher. I work for the Institute of Occupational Medicine based in Edinburgh, Scotland. I'm working on Work Package 5 for the AURORA project, and my background is in toxicology and exposure sciences. The manuscript is it's assessing the risks of micro nanoplastics on early life health. So typically a risk assessment will look at hazards, so the effects that will have on health, and exposure. So basically if there is a hazard but you're not exposed to anything, there's no risk, and vice versa. So what we're looking at is the hazards and the exposures of micro nanoplastics to early life health to try and characterize what the risk might be. Once you've got that information, you can then put in things in places to try and mitigate those risks. The main things we found out is how much is at the moment not known and how much we still need to find out to mitigate these risks. So at the moment, there's so many types of microplastics. They come in so many different forms. There's so many things that can affect their behavior. There's still a lot not known about exposure as well. So what's actually getting to the placenta or getting to the fetus and developing, there's a lot not known about the hazards. So, that's what we're trying to do with AURORA, is answer some of those questions. But basically what we're hoping to achieve is that seeing what questions that are out there, seeing what we can answer, and then if we can't answer all of them, which we probably won't be able to, what still needs to be done in the future, and hopefully be able to inform sort of policymakers as to where to direct that information and where to direct that funding. When you think about plastics, you used to think about, what might be in my water bottle and what might be in the ocean, but realizing how widespread they are in the environment, realizing how many challenges there are in just trying to assess the risk. It was at times overwhelming. I'm grabbing for answers, trying to answer the questions that are coming up in this research. But I'm really encouraged by the work that everyone's doing on the project, and the goal that we're working towards. It is very exciting, but there's still a lot of work to be done. And originally, when I first got into health sciences, it's just with the general goal of I wanted to help people live healthier lives. And when I first started, that goal was probably quite small, but then as I've gotten into it, it's realizing that people can take care of their health so much, but there are so many things that are completely outside of people's controls, for example, like microplastics. And until you actually find out the answers and find out ways to protect people from things they're not even trying to be exposed to, you got to help people along the way though. So it's really, really interesting, and I feel like the work that we're doing is really important. The paper is very, very important to just, as I said before, just to direct some of that research and try and answer some questions, and at least let people know what still needs to be answered. Because at the moment, we're trying to do this risk assessment. It's not possible with the amount of information that's out there. So it is still an important question. We need to get that information.